Hello and welcome back to the Colorado Rockies franchise here on MLB The Show 21. Today we have an exciting episode as we're going to go through the entire month of May as we get a better idea of what the future of this franchise looks like. Currently we're in last place of the NL West at 9-17 with the worst record in the National League. So it's not a great start through the month of April, but we have had some good performances so far. Players like Brendan Rodgers have absolutely stood out. He has an OPS right now over 1. Chris Owings has been good off the bench. Trevor Story hasn't gotten off to the hottest start, but I definitely think he has potential to heat up like we saw towards the latter part of April. Sam Hilliard's been good off the bench, and Charlie Blackmon with the OPS over 9 right now. He's been very good. For our pitching staff, we've definitely seen some struggles, but John Gray's been a real bright spot. He hasn't lost a game yet and has an ERA under 4 at a 3.38 right now. Carlo Estevez out of the bullpen has also been very solid. We're going to make a couple of lineup changes as Brendan Rodgers will be moved up to the leadoff spot, replacing Raimel Tapia, and Tapia will also be placed in the starting lineup with Sam Hilliard against righties. We'll get into the first game of today's episode as Brendan Rodgers comes in with a 11 game hit streak, I should say. He's been on fire to start this season as he hits this one hard to center field, but it's an easy play for Nick Heath and no damage done there. But we are up 2-0 right now. Now up 3-0 as we go to the top of the ninth. Brendan Rodgers still looking for his first hit, misses on the high heat at 90 miles per hour. Now in a 1-2 count, the pitch is away in front of the changeup, probably sitting on the fastball right there. So Brendan Rodgers' hit streak will end, but we do get the victory 3-0. An outstanding performance in this game from John Gray. He throws a complete game shutout, only 1 hit allowed. Absolute dominance by our number 2 starting pitcher. Charlie Blackmon was also good, going 2 for 4 with a home run and an RBI. Chris Owings went 1 for 4, and Trevor Story also hit a home run in this game as well. And great win to start off this series against Arizona. Chichi Gonzalez was 4-0 in the minor leagues at AAA to start off, but does lose his first start. There were considerations about bringing him up to the majors. Now we move forward to another game as Charlie Blackmon has a 10-game hit streak, and we'll see if we can keep that one alive. A 1-2 count with 2 on, and the fastball gets by him for the first out in the bottom of the 7th inning. So now we move to the bottom of the 8th inning, 1-2 count, Tyler Rogers on. We struggled against him in the first outing that we had facing him, and Charlie Blackmon would ground out to in the 8th inning, and that would be it for his hit streak. But we are once again victorious, this time against the San Francisco Giants, as we pick up the victory and a pretty good performance, winning 6-1. Giants had 8 hits. Brendan Rodgers had a homer and a double. Antonio Senzatella goes 7 innings and picks up the victory. Then we follow that up in the final game of the series against the San Francisco Giants, as Sam Hilliard has 7 RBIs at this point, 2 home runs, 2 for 3 on the day. We're up 11-3, and just trying to see if we can get him another one in the bottom of the 8th inning. He misses there on the fastball, then the 1-2 count breaking ball. He does put it in play and gets down as the left fielder dives for it. Can't make the play, and it will be a leadoff double for Sam Hilliard. Nice play there. We are currently third in the National League, entering today's game in doubles, which is nice to see. And we would pick up another victory to start off the start of May, as German Marquez goes 8 innings, 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, only 3 earned runs as he picks up the victory. Move into another series, this time in the top of the 9th against Andrew Miller and the St. Louis Cardinals, but a big strikeout there for the veteran lefty on Dom Nunez. Gets the second out of the inning. Now Chris Owings in the leadoff spot gets it through the gap, and it'll send the runner home to tie this game up at 3. In the top of the 9th, a massive RBI there by Chris Owings, who's been one of our best hitters really in his limited amount of time. Then Trevor Story follows that up with a walk, so we have 2 on with 2 outs with a chance to take the lead with maybe our hottest hitter at this point, and Charlie Blackmon up. He sends this one into right field. We won't test it. So to be bases loaded, 2 outs, in the top of the ninth for Trevor Story. They'll bring on Daniel Ponce de Leon. He's appeared in 9 games so far. As is actually CJ Chrome up, and he misses on the slider, so 0-2 count for Ponce de Leon. And the last pitch, it's a fastball out of the zone that gets Chrome swinging. The high heat was too much. Daniel Bard will come on for his 10th appearance. He's 5 for 6 in his save opportunities this year. And then Matt Carpenter will lead off the inning. That ball's hooking and hooks foul just barely as Bard gets lucky. Following that up, pitch right down the middle, and it is a walk-off homer for Matt Carpenter as the Cardinals pick up the victory on a 428-foot homer as they secure the win, as Daniel Bard gives up the walk-off homer and gets the loss in today's game. Not a great way to start off the series, but we do see Josh Fuentes went 2 for 4 and McMahon went 2 for 3 with a double. Sam Hilliard also went 1 for 2. Ben Bowden goes down with a head concussion after this game, so he'll be put on the IL. And then we add Chichi Gonzalez, who's been very solid in AAA. Solid might not even be enough to describe it. And then we call up another pitcher to even out our rosters. We do follow that up with making another move, putting Chichi Gonzalez in the rotation. Senzatella has struggled as of late and really on a hole on the season. So we move forward, we lose 3-11 and then move into the final game of the series as Nolan Arenado will lead off the bottom of the 10th against Daniel Bard. He hits it to his cousin, replacing him at third base, and it's an easy first out of the bottom of the 10th inning as Arenado can't get revenge against his former team. Paul Goldschmidt, though, comes up, gets this one past Tapia in left field, who will fire it in, but it will be a 1-out double for Paul Goldschmidt. Next up, Yadier Molina, 0-1 count. He pops this one up awkwardly to Story at shortstop for the second out of the inning. And now it'll be bottom of the 10th, Matt Carpenter, who walked us off in the first game of the series, down 0-2 in the bottom of the 10th, and he goes down swinging, and we get the victory. Nice pitch there at 99 miles per hour by Daniel Bard, and we get it in a nice performance. Antonio Senzatella picks up the victory out of the bullpen as he goes 4 solid innings. Garrett Hampson goes 2 for 5, and Trevor Story goes 2 for 4 with a double and a run, with Charlie Blackmon also going 2 for 3. So at this point, we are 13-21, 10.5 games back of the Los Angeles Dodgers, who have been absolutely outstanding so far this year. Charlie Blackmon leads us in home runs with 9. Brendan Rodgers leads us in RBIs. And OPS, the lead still goes to Brendan Rodgers. So we move into a series against the San Diego Padres. In the first game of the series, Austin Nola up. He pops it up to CJ Chrome at first base. So no damage done. Quick game and quick inning for Daniel Bard. Escapes the trouble as we pick up the 7-6 victory. As in this game, it was Sam Hilliard who comes up clutch, going 3 for 3 with a triple-double, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Hilliard's been very good so far this year off the bench and has seen an increased role. So we are 1-1 in the series, so the rubber match here. Bottom of the 10th, Trevor Story up. He pops it up. Hosmer will go back into foul territory for the second out of the inning, as we will look for another chance to walk it off here with CJ Chrome. 3-0 count, 2 outs. Gotta expect him to take the pitch. Instead, he's free swinging on it and pops it up to right field for the final out of the inning. So we will head to the 11th now. In the top of the 11th, it is Scott Oberg on the mound, as Jonathan Daza will go back to the wall for this one and misplays it. It falls down, and that'll be a leadoff double. Awful play there in right field. It's ruled a double, but that should have been a pretty routine play. Instead, Oberg, next pitch. It is a 2-run shot for the San Diego Padres, and Trent Grisham gives them the lead on a 460-foot homer to deep center field. So we're down by 2 runs now as we'll move to the bottom of the 11th. Fuentes up to lead off the inning as he's free swinging to start, and the pop-up into shallow center field And now we're down to our final strike of the day. Chris Owings on, and he goes down swinging on the nasty curveball from Emilio Pagan as we lose this one and lose the series a 1-2 fashion as we lose in extra 7-5. It was Scott Oberg who gets the loss. Raimel Tapia does go 2 for 5, hopefully getting a little more on track. Now we move into a game against the Cincinnati Reds. As this is the first game of the series, we sit at 14-23. Deep fly ball. Going back is Hampson, but Jesse Winkler has given them the lead on a 2-run homer in the top of the 9th off of Carlos Estevez, as that was a moonshot by Winkler. You can see how upset the Rockies are. But it'll be Sean Doolittle on now for the save attempt in the bottom of the 9th inning. Josh Fuentes will lead off, 0-2 count on the edge, and Doolittle gets the called strike for the first out of the inning. Now bottom of the 9th, 1 out, Charlie Blackmon up, and he crushed that one into the third deck at Coors Field for the home run, 446 feet, 110 off the bat, and we tie this game up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Now with a chance to walk it off with one swing. We have just the guy up, Trevor Story. Weak contact though on the slider. 0-2 count, and the pitch is away, and Story looks silly swinging on the slider outside of the zone for the second out of the inning. 1-2 count, CJ Chrome up. He grounds this one weakly to the third baseman, and the easy flip will send us to extra innings, tied up at 7. But the big homer by Charlie Blackmon. Yency Almonte on the mound. As this one is lifted to left field, it'll be Hilliard going back to the wall, makes the attempt but can't bring it back. A home run for Nicholas Castellanos, who was pinch hitting for the Reds to give them the 1-run lead. Now Kyle Farmer hits this one hard to center field. Hampson going back, and this one will get out of the yard as well. So the Reds take a 2-run lead after back-to-back home runs off of Yency Almonte, and we will move to the bottom of the 10th inning. CJ Chrome leads off, getting just past the third baseman, so to be 1 on with no outs for Sam Hilliard. This one is grounded to the first baseman, who flips it to the shortstop, back to the pitcher, Sean Doolittle. For the second out of the innings, they work the flawless double play as they have 2 down now. Brendan Rodgers up, he hits this one hard to left field. Easy play though for Jesse Winkler for the final out of the game, as the Reds win 9-7 in comeback fashion with 3 home runs to give them the victory at the end of the day. As nice performance there with the power in Coors Field for the Cincinnati Reds. So we suffer another defeat. Yency Almonte goes an inning, but does suffer the loss. Charlie Blackmon, 3 for 5 with a homer, double, and 3 RBIs. Michael Taglia, one of our prospects, goes down with an injury, and then we get offered a trade by the Yankees that we would turn down Jordan Montgomery for Herman Marquez. Now we suffer a few straight losses, 4 straight in a row, then the 5th loss in a row, as we're trying to avoid being swept by the Cincinnati Reds, and we do just that with an 11-4 victory. We lost Game 3 of the series 10-7, allowed 15 hits to the Cincinnati Reds. Fuentes and Dom Nunez went yard, and Kyle Freeland was only able to go 2 1/3 and really struggled in that outing. Then in the final game of the series, to avoid being swept, Trevor Story has a triple and a double. Jonathan Daza has 2 doubles, and Herman Marquez has a nice outing in that, picking up the victory. Daniel Bard on the mound in the bottom of the 9th with a 1-run lead against the San Diego Padres. It's hit to Brendan Rodgers at third, and the double play will end the game as we pick up the 3-2 victory. Nice win there against one of the better teams in the NL West, as Gray has another great start. He goes 7 1/3, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and only giving up 1 run. So a nice job there by Jonathan Gray, who's been pitching very well. Now we have another hit streak for Brendan Rodgers, as this time it sits at 10 games. Hopefully we can actually extend this one, up 1 run in the top of the 7th, and fouled off late on the sinker, but nice hard contact there. 0-2 count misses on the slider as Brendan Rodgers goes down swinging for the second out of the inning on Craig Stammen. But now we're up by 1 run, 3-2 count, so full count, 2 outs for Carantani as he hits this one to Rodgers at second base. And it's a routine play for the final out of the day as we escape with a 1-run victory. Nice performance here to pick up another victory against the San Diego Padres. Charlie Blackmon has another good day at the dish, and we get the victory. Blackmon goes 2 for 4 with a homer and 3 RBIs as Austin Gomber gives up 7 hits through 5 2/3 and allows 4 runs. Charlie Blackmon up as he's 0 for 3 on the day so far in the top of the 7th. He has a 12-game hit streak, OPS over 1, average at 354, just absolutely insane numbers about halfway through the month of May. But he will go down swinging on the nasty breaking ball out of the zone and would strike out. However, he does get another chance in the top of the 9th to extend his hit streak to another game. But down 1-2 Mark Melanson gets him swinging way down in the dirt, and nice job there to get the ball to the first baseman as we're now down to our final out on the day, down by 1 run, 3-2 count for CJ Chrome. He hits this one up the middle into left field as he scores the game-tying run, will slide into second safely as we now have a chance to take the lead with a runner in scoring position. But we were not able to do that. We tied it in the top of the 9th, but the Padres came back in the bottom of the 9th, scoring 2 runs for the victory, beating us 9-7 in a walk-off home run as they get the win. Trent Grisham with a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 9th to walk us off. Brendan Rodgers goes 1 for 3 with a homer in that game, though. Ben Bowden is back, along with our other minor league pitcher, is now healthy. In this game, we lose 5-1, giving up 14 hits, only 3 of our own, as Charlie Blackmon does pick up another RBI, but Kyle Freeland with another tough outing, only going 4 innings. As now we'll make a move, we'll bring Antonio Senzatella back into the starting rotation. Chichi Gonzalez hasn't been great, and Senzatella's been pretty good out of the bullpen. And then we make a move with Bowden being healthy again. We'll send him back down to AAA and make some corresponding moves as well. Garrett Hampson up at the dish as we're up 13-3. He's 4 for 4, 2 homers, 2 singles, 6 RBIs, an outstanding performance on the day. But first pitch swinging, he pops this one up. Easy play in center field for the first out of the inning, as we would go on to be victorious in this game. Another good outing from German Marquez as he picks up the win, and a nice performance as he's starting to get his ERA down a little bit and is now 6-3 on the season. We win 13-3. We did have 2 errors, which we don't really want to see, but McMahon picks up his 6th homer. Hampson goes yard twice. A number of RBI, 6 on the day from Garrett Hampson, just absolutely insane. And then we pick up the victory once more against the Arizona Diamondbacks as CJ Chrome goes yard, 2 RBIs for Chrome and Blackmon. And John Gray with another pretty good outing. He only goes 5 innings, but picks up another victory. Only allows 2 earned runs. His ERA is under 2.5 now. Austin Gomber, in his start against the Mets, had to leave because of an injury. We lose 5-2. Sam Hilliard hits a homer, but Gomber only able to go 2 injuries after being forced to leave with an injury. And then Gonzalez comes in and pitches 4 innings. We follow that up with another loss to the New York Mets as we get shut out. 5 runs for the Mets. A double for Sam Hilliard, really our only positive on offense. Senzatella goes 5 innings, allowing 3 runs. And then our bullpen also gives up 2 runs. Following that up, we get swept by the Mets as we get shut out 4-0. And in this game, Kyle Freeland once again struggles. Michael Givens in the 9th inning gives up a run, striking out 1. His ERA is over 6 now. Not really what we were looking to see from him. Then we do pick up a victory against the Mets, so we actually didn't get swept. We end the series 3-1. A homer for CJ Chrome actually was a grand slam. Nice job by him. Marquez picks up his 7th win on the year, going 7 innings of 1-run ball with 5 strikeouts, as he is really starting to get his ERA down. Same with John Gray. John Gray wins another game as he's still undefeated in his starts this year at 6-0. McMahon goes yard. Rogers has a double as we win 6-2-3. As no earned runs, 2 runs allowed by Gray, but no earned runs as he picks up another victory. Moving into another game against the Pittsburgh Pirates, Charlie Blackmon at the dish in the 8th inning, up 2-1. He's 3 for 3 on the day. 0-2 count, and the fastball up in the zone by Crick gets him looking for the second out of the inning. We get a second look at this one as it was just up in the zone, nothing he could really do with that one. We move into extras though, as runners on first and second, 2-2 count with 1 out, a chance to do some damage, but the slider from Howard gets him swinging for his second straight strikeout and Howard's 3rd strikeout on the day. Bottom of the 11th, still tied up at 2. This is a routine fly ball for Charlie Blackmon for the first out of the inning, as now he is up in the top of the 12th as we move forward into extra innings and lines this one to the second baseman for the final out of the inning. So we will head into the bottom of the 12th, still tied at 2 now into the 13th inning, as we've taken a 2-run lead in the top of the 13th. Routine play for Charlie Blackmon, and we would finally in this game in the bottom of the 13th, getting the final out to win 4-2-2. A long extra innings game. We used a lot of pitchers, but we do get the win, which is nice to see, as Pittsburgh is also one of the worst teams in baseball. We had 10 hits, only 4 runs. Pittsburgh scores 2 runs on 4 hits. Charlie Blackmon goes 3 for 6, 2 homers, both solo shots, and Elias Diaz goes 2 for 4. So the final game of the month of May for us, as this one in the bottom of the 9th is hit to left field. Raimel Tapia underneath it for the first out. We're tied up at 1-1. Any swing here will walk it off for the Pittsburgh Pirates, as this one is lifted to center field deep to the warning track, but Hampson is able to track it down for the final out of the 9th inning. Actually make that Charlie Blackmon showing off some impressive range at 34 years old. And now Elias Diaz hits this one up the middle of the diamond into center field, in between the second baseman and shortstop for a leadoff single. A 1-2 count for Jonathan Daza as he strikes out swinging. Nice pitch there. And now Raimel Tapia up. He hits this one hard to left field. Left fielder will go over, gets it for the second out of the inning, as it will be forced to retreat to first base. Trevor Story up, we know he can give us the lead with one pitch. Instead, he goes down swinging once again. Nice inning there by Hartlieb to really keep this game knotted up at 1. And we will head into the bottom of the 10th. Nice pitch there by Robert Stevenson for the first out of the inning on the nasty breaking ball for his second strikeout. And this one is lifted to right field. Underneath it though, easy play, as that will be the second out of the inning. Maybe looking like we could have another long extra innings game. Instead though, Robert Stevenson, 95 miles per hour. That ball is jacked, as it is Tom on the home run, 394 feet for the walk-off. A lot of extra innings theatrics in this episode. Very exciting. So we've seen a number of walk-offs, late inning home runs, comebacks, and teams doing a lot in the later parts of the game, as the Pittsburgh Pirates pick up the 2-1 victory. 3 less hits, but the walk-off homer is all they needed, as Robert Stevenson suffers loss, as CJ Chrome goes 2 for 4 with a homer, RBI, a double for Ryan McMahon. Sam Hilliard goes 1 for 3. A look around some of our farm system. Rollison, Rondon both struggle, as we had Alan Trejo have a very nice month of May. Brett Boswell also was very good. Julian Fernandez did not give up a run in the entire month of May, and Tim Collins also had an ERA under 3. So now we've gone through the entire month of May. We sit at 2-32, last place still in the NL West, with the 3rd worst record in the National League. The Rays lead in the American League East, as it's really a 2-team race now, right between them and the New York Yankees. The Blue Jays and Red Sox are also potential playoff teams if they can get it sorted out. Twins, Astros lead the Central and West respectively. Mets in first place in the NL East, and then the Reds lead the NL Central. So a look at some of our season statistics leading us in home runs so far and hits, along with RBIs after an absolutely insane month of May by Charlie Blackmon. He was outstanding. His average is up to 333, on base percentage almost at 400, slugging percentage over 600, OPS over 1, and now has moved very securely into being our best hitter. Brendan Rodgers slowed down a little bit in the latter part of the month of May. His OPS still over 9, which is great to see, just not where it was early on in the season. John Gray has his ERA down to 2.26. Marquez is at 3.44. They've both been very good in the month of May, as they have a whip of 1.21 and 1.22. We'll get a look at some of our minor league players. Zach Borstein, 31 RBIs and only 40 games, along with 12 homers and OPS over 9. Sam Freeman hasn't allowed a run yet, and we do see some nice pitching performance from our AAA team. At AA, they haven't played a ton of games so far, but Alan Trejo with an OPS over 9, which is nice to see. He was acquired in the Nolan Arenado trade. Nate Jones and Diaz both haven't made an appearance yet. We will definitely see them do that. And Julian Fernandez has not allowed a run in 4 innings so far this year. But I hope you did enjoy today's episode. It was great to see Charlie Blackmon with an outstanding month. Not sure of his future or the future really for a lot of the players on this team, but to see him play that well in the month of May for the Colorado Rockies, maybe for the last time, was outstanding to see. But if you did enjoy today's episode, please leave a like down below, subscribe so you don't miss any more of the Colorado Rockies franchise. I will see you next time, where we're going to go through the MLB draft and maybe some other things we'll definitely see, but I definitely expect the draft to be the focus of the next episode. But like I said, I hope you did enjoy. Have a great rest of your day.